Hey there, my Stampin' friends. Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' show and tell to share with you today, and I'm going to be crafting with some of the Sale-a-bration paper. This is the Sunny Days Sale-a-bration paper, and if you purchase during Sale-a-bration, which runs beginning of January through the end of February, and you put in a minimum of a $50 order, you can pick up this paper as a bonus item. So be sure to check out the bonus promotions for this start of the new year, and when you stock up on supplies, get some freebies as well. So I just wanted to share the different prints with you before I start working on my project today. There are 12 different prints, right? You know that. We have 6 different sheets and 2 sides to each print. So we've got cherries and then this nice pool party blueprint, this beautiful poppy flower paper. This is what I'm going to use today. And that's got sunshines on the back. This one's got more poppy flowers, and the background is, I want to call it pale papaya, but that's not our color anymore, so very light orange. How about that? Okay, then we've got this cloud, which is pool party, and some shaded spruce, and some black and gray. The back of that's really cool too. We got clouds, and we've got raindrops. I really love this emerald paper. I think of St. Patrick's Day clovers. So this one is in shaded spruce, and on the back we've got rainbows, so it fits right in with that holiday. And then we've got strawberries and butterflies. So some really great papers to use on some whimsical cards. So that's what we're going to make today. I am going to make a fun fold card for you. This one is called, it's a pop out. I call it a pop out W card because it kind of looks like a W when the inserts there, and you can either make it this way or you can make it this way. And you might notice I've got all my dimensions on there. This one was actually in one of my Fun Fold template classes a few months ago, and those are always available as an on-demand item if you want any of my Fun Fold template classes. Each Fun Fold with its video and take-home make and take practice and a pre-made template is $9 for each one, so that's pretty low on the Fun Fold classes. So if you're interested, the links below, you can find more information about those. So let me go ahead and make this project for you. Now today I've pre-cut all of my parts and pieces so the video doesn't go too long, but when I do it in a class I do everything from start to finish, cutting all the pieces as I go. So like I said, I'm going to be using this paper. So I've picked the one with the poppies, and the back side of the poppies is the sunshine. So I'm using those 2 sides of paper to create the different elements of my card. So I've got the inside mechanism there, and then I've got the outside of my card. Let's go ahead and do the inside first, then we'll finish off the front. So I'm going to set these aside for a minute. Okay, so I start with my card. It's a basic long card, so 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and you're just going to give that a crease. Then on the inside, I'm going to decorate these 2 panels. Now, I've just got 2 pieces of the pattern paper. I picked the pool party with that nice stripe. It's the back of the cherries, and I'm just going to put one on each end of my project. Hopefully my glue will work and not give me too much trouble. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add these 2 panels to the inside of my project. And this is just to kind of give it some background, right? So it's not just plain cardstock, but when you make your card, you could eliminate these 2 pieces if you wanted to. I just wanted to dress it up. This card is actually going to go out to one of my stamping sisters in the Joy of Set Rack group on Facebook. We're doing a thank you swap, and it's supposed to be a pop-out card. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do a pop-out card, and I'm going to do it so that I can share it with you too. Alright, so here's my little strip that's going to go on the middle, and that's going to make my W. And so what I need to do is I need to adhere the 2 ends. So just put adhesive on the end of your strip, and then you want to position it right kind of in the center of the card and just press that down to adhere. Now I'm using DSP, you could use cardstock. There's no right or wrong to any of these pieces. It's your card. You make it your way. Alright, so now I'm going to add my adhesive here, a little more on the end, and then I'm just going to fold that flat to the end of my card. Okay, now I want that to adhere before we do too much, and then just make sure that it's popping up when you bend it. So just like that. Okay, so there is the fun fold mechanism. It's pretty easy, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so now we have all the different parts. So this is going to have 4 different layers, 4 different elements on each section of this pop out. I've got 2 that are just framed up flower squares, right? That's going to match the front of our card. And then I have 2 that are white, and I'm just going to put a little edge on them to dress them up. Okay, so there's top and bottom. And then I've got these 2. Now I'm going to leave one of them blank so I could write a little message on there. And the other one, I'm going to stamp thank you, because the project that I'm doing for the swap is to be a thank you card. So the other one's going to have a thank you stamped on it. So just let me put this little strip of DSP here at the bottom. Just like that. Right, dress up all these parts. Now this one I'm going to stamp first just in case I have a problem and I can replace the piece of cardstock before I do that. So I'm going to use Poppy Parade as my ink color, and I just re-inked this, so I just want to make sure that getting good coverage before I ink it. There we go. Alright. So ink up my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp this near the top section. Press and hold that for just a minute. Okay, so now this is going to get added to my blue, and then I'll put my little yellow strip on the bottom of this one as well. Okay, so then I have my little strip, just a little more adhesive. I'll add that here. Now, these all need to be added to the center of the project, right along this strip. So here's what I suggest. Okay, once you have them laid out the way you want them, go ahead and set them aside, and then just add a little bit of adhesive right on the center section of each of those 4 sections. Okay, and then just position them on the top. And that way you can kind of line them up top to bottom and in the center on your strip, and you'll have a little bit of adjustment space if you need it before that adhesive dries. Okay. So just press those down. Careful on the one that's ink, you don't want to smudge it. Just let that adhesive bond with a layer below it. That's the tricky one because I don't want to touch the ink. Okay, here's this one, and then there's that one. Alright, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. So the front of the card, I have this other panel. Okay, that's going to go on the front. I've did a die cut from my stylish shape dies in my big circle, and this is the back side of this same paper. So that's going to coordinate with colors just fine. Then with my Playing in the Rain stamp set in Memento ink, I've stamped and die cut out the bunny. I've been playing with this one quite a bit in my card room recently. So if you're watching all my videos, you'll see these little critters pop up more often. Alright, I'm going to color this bunny in with my blends. So I'm actually using light pumpkin pie. I'm going to use that for my nose and a little bit in the ear. Just like that. And then I'm going to use crumb cake for the bunny body. Kind of decided I want a little brown bunny. So I'm just going to give my bunny some shading. And I really love coloring with my blends because when they dry, they kind of shine. So that's kind of a fun feature when you're using the alcohol markers. But remember, if you're going to use alcohol markers, make sure you're stamping with the Memento so that the water-based ink and the alcohol ink don't mix and blur and give you problems. So Memento ink when you're using blends. Alright, just get his little face shaded in. I suppose I could have given him rosy cheeks, but I didn't. There's our hands, and our little feet and legs. cute little fun bunny for our project. Okay, and then I'm going to do the jacket. I'm debating between blue and yellow. I think I want to go, maybe I'll go blue because the background's yellow. I guess I'll go blue. Okay, I was going to go yellow, but that might be too much yellow. Alright, so let me color in the jacket with my pool party. So I let the colors in my paper decide the colors in my image. And that's a really good tool to use. So if you're worried about what colors to use, pick a piece of designer series paper and then just kind of stick with the colors that are in it. And you'll be safe to go. Okay, so I've got my little bunny. Now I'm going to stamp Oh Happy Day from the Playing in the Rain stamp set. I think I want to stamp that in Poppy Parade as well, so it really stands out. So let me try that on my practice stamp. Okay, so ink that up, and then I'm going to pull this over here. I'm going to stamp it kind of right here on the side. Oh Happy Day, a fun little bright cheery card. Okay, so I have my sunny circle, and I've got my pop-up bunny, I've got my background piece, and then I have this pool party ribbon, which is also a celebration item. So again, I believe it's a $50 order. I'm just going to put a little strip of ribbon kind of over that. So I just need to cut a piece off, and then we'll add it to the card. Okay, so let's see how our pieces are doing over here. Okay, that's all adhered. So I'm just going to fold this down so I can work on the front. And let's start by putting on our layers. So I've got my background piece. And remember, you don't need too much ink, but you kind of want to make sure it's on the edges so you get a good adhesion. Alright, so this is just going to get stepped in from my edge, so it's going to get framed just like that. Okay, then I'm going to put on my circle. Then I think I'll pop the bunny up on a dimensional. So I've got my Oh Happy Day. I'm going to put that right kind of in the middle. Okay, then I've got my ribbon, which is going to go right across there. So I'm just going to put adhesive right on my card. Now I know some of us say don't do that, but it's really hard to put adhesive on the back of ribbon. And I'm just going to tack it down, so I'm okay with this today. Okay, so I've got that. Then I'm just going to put my ribbon down, tack it to that adhesive. Get that a second just to kind of set. Okay, it's going to be a little tacky until it dries, but it'll dry. And then we're going to pop up the bunny on dimensionals. Alright, this guy's going to go right here. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the whole process of me doing this fun fold. Again, remember, it is part of my template class. So if you want to go back and order the template class to go, you get the tutorial, the video with all the processes of cutting it from start to finish, and a practice kit in the mail, if you choose. So it's kind of a nice little class that a lot of people are taking advantage of, so you're welcome to join as well. Okay, so there's the front of the card, and then there's our pop-out with my thank you, with all those colors and papers, and I'm pretty happy with that. So leave me comments, let me know what you think of today's project, and I'll stamp again with you real soon. Happy stamping!